Just John from Camping Fishing. Just out here in the woods this morning. I was trying to see if I could get some pictures of some deer, but nothing came. So make me a cup of coffee. Pretty chilly. It's yeah, it's that time of year in Ohio, so you know, it is what it is. But yeah, just out here enjoying myself. So I'm gonna make myself a quick cup of coffee. And I just want to talk to you about my last video that I was going to put out, and I did not, which well, I should say I put it out for a few minutes. I did post one, but I didn't realize how bad the footage looked. There's something corrupted the files to where it would not come full screen for me on the editing program, and I have no idea what it was. I did post it and was only up for maybe 10 minutes, and I took it back down and thought, well, I'll just redo it. Well, 6 hours later, I couldn't because every file that was on there had gotten corrupted somehow, and it would not go through the editing program. So that's why I did not put that two-night solo out, which really kind of bummed me out because it was a really good, I had some really good footage, had a great time in that new woods. But it is what it is. That's why I'm putting this one out today. I'll be doing another overnight solo up there sometime next week, so I'll put that out. But I've had a good time down here this morning, but I was really, really hoping to put that other video out because it was I had some beautiful footage. Had some squirrels on there, and a few things. Didn't get any deer or turkey up on that one either, but it was I had a great time. I love that new spot. I got plenty of room. Um, so I'm working on a few things to make it easier to get in and out. I got a hold of another tractor that I make a woods machine out of. Actually, I got a new lawnmower, so I'm going not new but used. So I'm gonna take the old one. I took the deck was just shot on it, so but the rest of the tractor's in pretty good shape. So I'm gonna find a couple racks off a three-wheeler, mount on it, and this and that. And I'll be able to get everything into the woods a whole lot easier. My back is just not up to carrying a backpack, so that's what I'll be doing. Um, but yeah, uh, like I said, I was really bummed out that that footage didn't go through, and I worked on that thing the better part of 12 or 13 hours. Um, Somebody with more experience may have been able to figure it out. I don't know, but and how the files got corrupted, I do not know. Um, but hopefully, I won't do it again. I'm sure it's something that I did. I have no doubt in my mind that that's what something I did. But hey, it is what it is. But yeah, so be looking forward to doing another overnight solo there. I have a bigger tent and some heat. I just took a small three-man tent out there, and I slept on the ground, which really killed my back. I mean, I had sleeping pad and mattress. I think it's more the up and down crawling out of the tent and getting around than anything that really uh, works me over. But so I'll just be able to haul a bigger tent out there and a cot. If I can sleep on a cot, at least I can sit up, stand up, and get out of the tent. So that's my just what happens when you work for 45 years doing manual labor and climbing on roofs and doing construction work, and that's what I did my whole life. So, and I worked in a foundry, did some welding stuff like that, which is where I really screwed my back up. But at any rate, I had surgery on it. It got me through 25, 30 years of working. So I guess it's not to be expected that it's going to hurt doing it, but it's not going to stop me. So I just devise other ways of doing things. So yeah, um, get my coffee made here. I've been watching a squirrel here, but he's so high up the tree I can't get him on the film. But he's a big fat one, so I just love coming out here and watching the nature and just sitting here and enjoying it. Like I said, I've been out here for a couple hours, so got up real early and threw some stuff in the bag and just headed out down here over the hill from the house. There's a place I do camp here. But there's a couple trees there that get pretty iffy. I need to stay away from when I'm camping. But yeah, I'm having a good time. I'm really looking forward to the fall camping and the winter camping. So it's going to be a good winter, hopefully. I don't know how much snow we'll get or how much we're supposed to get, but it's on the way. I can tell you. It was 32 degrees this morning. That's pretty chilly for here. This it's pretty early in the fall too, so we'll see what happens. We've had a pretty good drought here this year, and generally with weather, you'll get the precipitation one way or the other. If it don't come in rain, it's going to come in snow. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully, we do get some snow. I can, reasonable amounts I can go out in. But like I said, I'm really looking forward to getting some film on that new property of camping. I got a nice area all cleaned up. Got a fire pit there. Um, I really thank my sister-in-law and her boyfriend for letting me use their property. It's a really nice piece of woods. It's probably about 10 acres of woods that I got to play in. But yeah, it's gonna be a good winter. Got a lot of stuff planned for camping. Might do a little bit of deer hunting. Still haven't decided. Bow hunting's kind of out for now. It's bow season started a week or two ago. Really not prepared for it. But I'll probably get out during shotgun season and muzzleloader season. Maybe I'll get a little bit of footage of that. But yeah, we'll uh, we'll see what happens. We'll make something happen. But I just wanted to thank everybody that follows me for following me and the comments and the support you show my channel, which I'm really thankful for that. Um, I have finally got over 200 subscribers, and I'm really happy about that. My goal is at the end of this winter to have 500. Um, I know I haven't been real consistent with putting stuff out. That's just, life happens, and there ain't much you can do about that. You can't get out, you can't get out, which I've pretty much made up my mind. If I can't get out camping, I'll at least get out and cook breakfast in the woods and, spend the day looking around at the wildlife and, see what I can see and, get something done anyhow. I do not like being cooped up in the house. I've been doing some stuff in the garage, just putzing around. Like I said, I'm working on that new tractor, so that'll be fun. Um, I'm not gonna do a whole lot to it. I do have some bigger tires and wheels I may put on it, but I think for now I'm just gonna put chains on it and do some type of racks, whether they're wooden or metal. Doesn't matter to me as long as I can carry my stuff. Um, just so I can get it out in the woods. But yeah, I don't want to lose any more time this year, camping time. So we'll see what happens with it. We'll hopefully be able to get a lot of footage. I feel pretty confident up there. I'll be able to get some footage of deer, which is going to be because there is a lot of deer up there, pretty good sized herd up there. Um, I don't want to hunt there only because it's close to some house. I mean, it's a nice big woods, but it is close to houses. I don't want to go in there and just start whizzing people off my you know and I don't know how people really feel about it around there. I know people do hunt around there, but this particular woods in between two roads, and I just really think that I would rather just enjoy the nature there. I have several places I guess I can go hunt, so um, which both of them are big state game lands, so it's and I've been successful harvesting deer out of Beaver Creek State Park, so that's probably where I'll go hunt if I even to go hunting. I don't know, just see how my back feels, and my biggest fear is shooting one and not be able to get it out of the woods. That would just be horrible for me. I would feel so bad, but and that's something you don't want to ask someone else to do. Go drag a deer a half mile for you. So, uh, and if the game lands, you can't take four wheelers or anything on to go retrieve or anything like that. So, I'm still debating whether I do it or not. Would like to, but if I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. I'll go out and film them. You know, you film them, you don't have to carry them. So, yeah, like I said, I've just been out here, looking for some deer to take pictures of, or I'd like to got that squirrel because he was a beautiful one, um, and he's up in that tree somewhere. He ain't moved out of it. I just can't find him. If I get a chance, I'll get some film of him. So, yeah, I just wanted to get on and explain why I did not put that film out. Like I said, it was up for a few minutes, but it was not very good. You couldn't see the footage. Um, and what happened from there, I have no idea how everything got corrupted, but it did. Nothing I can do about it now, so I'll just have to move forward. Um, that's the first time I've done it. I've been editing for a while with this program, and that's the first time it's ever did anything like that. And I'm sure that it's something that I did, and I don't know what I did, and I wish I did. But moving forward, I'll just take more care to make sure my files are where I want them before what I need before I post the film or put the film together. And I thought, sure, when I did, that everything would come out the way that it normally did, but it didn't. And like I said, I really have no idea why it did it, but hopefully I don't do that again. Um, we'll see what happens, but for now, that's where I'm at. So I'm just still trying to enjoy life. This is what I planned on doing when I was retired, and um, things have slowed down at home. We did have my wife's mother was staying with us, and she was taking care of her, and she did pass away, which you know she she passed away comfortably in her own at home, basically where she wanted to be. So she went out on her terms. Hated to see her go, but that's what happens. We get older, we're all headed that way, and I really hated to see her go. She was a terrific woman. We got along, which a lot of people don't get along with their mother-in-laws, I guess, but I never really had an issue. Um, and we just did the best we could with her and made her comfortable, and so the whole family was involved. But uh, we we chose to have her with us because of just different circumstances. She stayed with us, and I was glad she did. I was happy my wife was able to take care of her and do what she wanted. Um, so she respected her wishes, and so that's another reason I haven't been out in the woods, which is things happened, and that's just life. Life happens around you, and you got to deal with it. But so hopefully we get through the rest of the winter and we can get some good footage and have some fun. That's the biggest thing for me is relaxing and fun. I've got to I want to put a couple days in and cutting firewood for the new camp spot, so I can kind of just go there, set up, and enjoy the place, um, which will be different because usually, I have had smaller campsites that I've been using, which I really couldn't, you know, there's not much wood in them, that I could actually use. I just use, deadfall, and did okay with that, but this particular place, there's enough wood laying around, and nice sized pieces. I can cut it up, and get it stacked up, and I'll have plenty. If I want to go hot tenting, I can go hot tenting, or if I just, I'll have plenty of fire for the wood for the fire to cook on, and just basically just go there and hang out. That's what I want to do. I don't want to work all the time at it. I want to go there, I want to be able to focus on taking, get set up somewhere and taking pictures of wildlife. Just enjoy nature. If I never get to go deer hunting again, I'm okay. I've shot my fair share of harvested my fair share of game in my lifetime, and there's always fishing. Had a really good season fishing. I caught a lot of fish, got a lot of fish in the freezer, so plan on taking some of that to camp with me and enjoying that. Fry it up over an open fire and just sit down and enjoy the things, the fruits of my labors here. So yeah, again, I would just really like to thank all my subscribers. And if you haven't subscribed, I'd appreciate if you did. I would appreciate any comments or feedback on my channel. Um, it would help me out a lot. Like I said, I hope to be about 500 subscribers by Thanksgiving. And the only way I'm going to do that, and I know it, is to put good content out. Show, you got to put the work in. And that's just all there is to it. And I'm real thankful that I got 200 subscribers. Yeah, I'm like a little kid. Every time I see a new subscriber, it just tickles me. It makes me happy. Makes it feel like somebody at least enjoys what you're doing. Not everybody. I'm not for everybody, and I know that. But I'm not the smartest guy in the woods. But I've spent my entire life doing this. When I was a kid, I did this and never even knew it had a name. Bushcrafting. I always just, you know, I learned how to make a nice fire. I had a lot of help on the way, people showing me things, and just a lot of trial and error. Damn near freezing to death in the wintertime going out playing in the woods. You'll figure out how to build a fire real quick if you do that. And I guess I don't want to lose focus of why I started this channel, but basically the reason I started this channel was to encourage, older adults, even younger people. If you want to try camping, you don't have to spend a ton of money. Go to a yard sale, go to a flea market. You can buy a tent for $10, a few old pots and pans, and if you like coffee, you can buy a coffee pot for $10, to hang over the fire, whatever. Just get out and try it. If you've never been in the woods and you're apprehensive about it, that's just normal. People, start out camping in your backyard. Um, you get used to it. There's nothing in the woods at nighttime that isn't there in the daytime. That's my theory. And you might hear the coyotes howling or whatnot. I've never in my 65 years ever been bothered by a coyote. Maybe a coon come in looking around, or a skunk, but you leave them alone, they'll leave you alone. As long as you got your food put away, they'll leave, you know. But anything that I could do just to show young people, or even older people, if you want to get out and try it, you're never too old. You don't have to go that far in the woods. Heck, I don't know, not even a quarter mile from home. As I said, I rode my tractor down here. Yeah. So, yeah, I was talking about. Hopefully, I can get some time in the woods with a couple friends, and just get out there and enjoy nature together. I have a really good friend. He does a channel. It's G&E Homesteading, which stands for Garry and Evelyn Homesteading. And he also runs a charter out of Ashtabula, Ohio, called Hellava Hooker. Did a lot of fishing with him this year. Caught some really nice fish. He good captain, knows what he's doing. Get you out there, get your fish. He put me on some really nice walleye. Like I said, Lake Erie being the capital, the walleye capital of the world, I think, from what I've been reading here. Awesome place. Awesome. If you go out with Garry and Evelyn on Hellava Hooker Charter, you will not be disappointed. It's a great time. They keep it lively out there. Have a good time. They know what they're doing. You'll catch your fish. I have never been out or seen anybody go out with them that they didn't catch a bunch of fish, and they're just great people. Um, so if when I get done, I'll put their phone number in the description for Hellava Hooker. If you're up that way in Erie, around Ashtabula, or you know, hook up with him and get scheduled. He's a great captain. He get you out there, get you, like I said, get you on the fish. You'll have a good time doing it too. He posts a lot of videos of his fishing, a lot of shorts. Look him up. It's G&E Homesteading. Great couple to go fishing with. His wife is his first mate. Girl works her butt off on that boat. She'll make sure you have a good time. Uh, so will Gary. Gary's an awesome guy. I mean, just they're so much fun to hang out with. I mean, I've been lucky enough. I've spent time at their camp with them. Stayed overnight. They put me up in their camper, and just had an awesome time out there with them. Also met a lot of different nice guys up there too. A couple other captains, which the thing that struck me is most people that fish, all their spots are secret. These guys share their info when you're out there in the water. They're on the radio. Hey, the fish are at 40, 50, 70 feet. Wherever on this grid. And that's that. So they get out there. They share their information with people. Lake Erie's a big lake, so you're never crowded. That's for sure. But yeah, again, if you get a chance, check out their channel, G&E Homesteading. I know Gary's doing a little bit of hunting now, which I really hope he has good success with that. Um, but awesome guy. So hopefully I'm going to be able to get a video in with camping with them, maybe do some hot tent or whatever. But it's going to it would be a lot of fun to get out with them camping, or even down at the cabin. He and his wife still work full-time jobs, so they're but they get out and they enjoy life too. So that's the thing. When you're out with them, you're having fun. So like I said, great channel, great people. If like I said, if you're going to be in the Ashtabula area, Ashtabula, Ohio, if you want to go walleye fishing, steelhead fishing, that's who you want to get hooked up with. His rates are reasonable, uh, and you will have a good time. So that being said, you know, hopefully I can get out there with Gary and Evelyn again next year, um, and enjoy some more fishing with them. We get out there and do some camping. That'd be awesome too. I mean, I would really thoroughly enjoy, out there in the woods camping with them. So again, it's G&E Homesteading. Look them up. They got a lot of good footage out there. They're charter fishing, and just their little piece of ground they have, and the turkeys and the deer. And they have a couple dogs that they take with the camp with them, and they're great dogs, bulldogs, just comedic little pets too. I mean, I love their dogs. But yeah, so again, get a chance, look them up, or if you want to go fishing, definitely look them up. He'll hook you up. So yeah, other than that, like I said, we're just going to do a lot of camping, a lot of fishing. That's what I plan on doing, and I'll get something. I'm trying to get something out every week, and I sure wish I could have posted that video. I had such great footage on there. It even surprised me. So, yep, we'll get her done. So I don't know what happened there, but my camera shut off on me. I don't know if it got tired or what, but at any rate, I was talking about Garry and Hellava Hooker Charters. Him and his wife run. Like I said, if you, I'll put their phone number in the description if you want to get a hold of them to go out and fish with them. It's not a dull time. They have a lot of fun, and boy, he can get you on some fish quick. Yeah, he's been really successful with the walleye up there. In Lake Erie, being the walleye capital of the world, from what I've been reading here lately. Great, it's a great lake to fish. Awesome lake. I love it there. So, yeah. So I'm hoping, like I said, I hope to get him and his wife out in the woods and camp with them. And you know, he's a pretty avid outdoorsman himself. He knows what he's doing. He's pretty smart guy. Uh, so is his wife. His wife actually is she isn't afraid to do anything. They snowmobiling and whatnot, but just a great couple to know. I've really enjoyed spending time with them and fishing with them. I worked with him for a little while. We worked for the same company, did the same job. He was the environmental service directors at one facility, and I was at another. And we just hit it off. Great guy to be around. I love hanging out with him. So, at any rate, I'll put his number in the description. Like I said, if you're up in that area and you want to go walleye fishing, he's the guy you want to get a hold of. He does a great job. So, that being said, I guess I'm going to sit here and drink this cup of coffee, see if I can get that squirrel on film. If not, I will see you sometime, hopefully sometime next week. I'll get back out in the woods, and I can get some filming done out there. Like I said, I'm gonna at least get a work day in up there, cutting wood. Take a chainsaw. I took a buck saw last time. I cut quite a bit of wood, but boy, that there is a job, especially when you don't have the right blade. I got a green blade in my saw, and I was cutting dry wood. And trust me, there's a difference in them blades. So hopefully I'll just take my chainsaw with me. Like I said, I'm going to build up a nice little cache out there, wood cache, and that way when I go there, I know I got wood there, and I can just enjoy the place. I don't have to go work 3 hours a day getting firewood gathered up, which is, if you're doing a solo overnighter, I mean, it's good to stay busy at camp, but I'd rather be whittling something or, cooking something than gathering up firewood for 3 hours. But yeah, so I'm gonna sit here and drink my coffee. Cheers. And anything exciting happens, I don't know if I get that little bugger on film or not, but I sure would like to. I'll throw it in at the end. But yeah, other than that, I'm just gonna sit here and enjoy this for a while and go home, do some work on my tractor, and just hang out. That's the plan for today. Uh, so the reason I keep looking that way, there's a big tree there. That's where that squirrel's at. I'll just wait to see if I can see him. But at any rate, thank you all for watching and coming along on this little adventure. I really appreciate y'all. Like I said, if you haven't subscribed yet, I would greatly appreciate if you did. Leave me a comment, thumbs up. That would be great. And until next time, God bless y'all. And again, this is John from JS Camping, Fishing, and Outdoors. Have a great day, and we'll see you soon. Bye.